January 6, 2020 is when the Bachelor extravaganza takes to screens again, and this time Peter Weber, or Pilot Pete, who was vying for Hannah Brown's heart on the last season of The Bachelorette, is back for another shot at love, and he's got 30 incredible women vying for his heart and the final rose. Wonder who they are and what makes them tick? Take a look. 24-year-old Aleya was crowned Miss Texas 2019. This pageant beauty not only spends her time doing community outreach and appearances as Miss Texas, but also enjoys hanging out with her girlfriends on the San Antonio River Walk, drinking wine. She's looking for a man with strong goals and someone who'll let her pursue her dreams and won't hold her back. 27-year-old Alexa is an esthetician in Chicago with her own waxing salon. She was in a serious relationship of 7 years with her high school sweetheart and claims she has trouble being vulnerable. She describes herself as a total free spirit who has a lot of hippie in her, but also as a woman who isn't afraid to express her opinions. That's right. 27-year-old Aleya is looking for a gentleman who knows how to take care of a Texas woman. She is a cattle rancher by day and a model by night, working with local Texas designers. Fun fact, Aleya's parents first met when her mom was a flight attendant. Could that take her closer to Pete? 26-year-old Courtney lives in Venice, Florida, and now she's looking for a man amongst boys. Her ideal man should be tall and athletic, have a bright smile, and be able to make her laugh. One of her biggest turn-ons, a man in cowboy boots. Alrighty then. 23-year-old Deandra is a home care coordinator from Plano, Texas. She was born in Texas but grew up in Maine and spent a lot of time in Nigeria where her father was born. And apparently, Deandra loves being the center of attention and thrives in the spotlight. Will she be able to stand out in Pete's eyes too? And we have 23-year-old Eunice, who is a flight attendant from Chicago, and she's also a reformed party girl. Leaving her sorority parties and bad boys behind, she's coming into The Bachelor with a clean slate, and she hopes she is ready to get serious about settling down. Could Pete be the one she walks down the aisle with? Next up, we have 23-year-old model Hannah Ann from Knoxville, Tennessee, who is also a painter. She travels the world for work and would love to find a man to join her on the adventure. What's more, Hannah Ann and Pete have a major similarity that they both live with their parents. Then we have 26-year-old Jade from Mesa, Arizona, who is also a flight attendant. She grew up Mormon, was pressured to marry early, but unfortunately couldn't find everlasting love with her partner. With her divorce finalized, she's now on the lookout for love again and is also working towards a private pilot's license. Maybe she and Pete will take to the skies together, even though she's apparently afraid of heights. 25-year-old Jasmine is from Houston, Texas, and enjoys traveling, attending her book club meetings, cooking, rock climbing, and volunteering at her church every Sunday. Her family is from Vietnam, and she wants to go back to her roots someday to incorporate her Vietnamese traditions into everyday life. Then we have 22-year-old Jenna, who is a nursing student from New Lenox, Illinois. She had a life-changing medical mission across Africa and now focuses on her degree and doing things to make herself happy. She wants to find someone to grow old with and is afraid that she might get sent home early before she can show Pete all that she has to offer. Well, fingers crossed. 28-year-old Katrina from Chicago is a pro sports dancer and apparently the only one in her family who doesn't have a steady partner yet. Her parents were high school sweethearts and her brother is also marrying his high school love soon. Her sister is also due to be engaged and Katrina's mom thinks it's time for someone to put a ring on her finger too. Could Pete be the one? 27-year-old Kelly is an attorney who's also a strong, independent woman who doesn't need a man to take care of her. She used to be in a long-distance relationship with a man in Jordan and didn't think she could find herself moving to the Middle East. So now she's joining the Bachelor cast to find someone who'll push her forward and not hold her back. Next up, we have 28-year-old Kelsey, who was Miss Iowa in 2017 and is familiar with the world of pageants and competing with other women. A clothier from Des Moines, her bio says she has presumably lived more life than many of the other girls and knows what she wants. Peter Weber, ooh, the confidence is real. And then we have 23-year-old Kiara, who is a self-proclaimed social butterfly from Kennesaw, Georgia. She's been in a few serious relationships before, but both reportedly ended over trust issues. She enjoys shopping, fashion, style, and anything involving social media, but hates sports. Could she talk her way into Pete's heart? 26-year-old Kylie from Santa Monica is looking for the rom-com kind of love after a long-term relationship soured when her former partner cheated on her. Now, Kylie just wants to find someone to date whom her family approves of. And guess what? Her mother is rooting for Pete. Then we have 26-year-old Lauren from Glendale, who's looking to find the balance in her work-heavy life. She is a marketing executive for a beauty company and also manages her own fashion blog. And she is hoping for a man who will be super chivalrous and hold her hand on the way to church on Sundays, and expects her man to be no less brilliant as a partner than her father and grandfather. Next up, we have New Yorker Lexi, who is a 26-year-old originally from Jacksonville, Florida. She broke up with her very serious college boyfriend when they moved to New York together and works as a marketing coordinator for a real estate company. What's she looking for? A father to her future children. Adorable. Madison may have basketball as her first love, but now the 23-year-old girl from Auburn, Alabama is looking to find a love connection that lasts forever. She wants her man to have the same love for religious faith as she does, someone who wants kids and knows how to have fun. Could Pete be it? 23-year-old Marissa is from Atlanta and she has been through quite the journey. After a difficult turn at the Miss Teen USA pageant that left her with severe body image issues as well as a tough long-term relationship with her high school sweetheart, Marissa returned to Atlanta and recently lost 80 pounds and focuses on her fitness while being a patient care coordinator. Next, a flight attendant from San Francisco, 26-year-old Megan. Even though her parents split up when she was just 18, Megan considers herself a hopeless romantic. And believe it or not, she's never actually been in love, even though she's been in a few serious relationships. She also has a puppy named Bear. So cute! 22-year-old McKenna is a fashion blogger from Langley, British Columbia. She's out to find love and wants someone who can impress her family, surprise her with romantic adventures, and someone who can be goofy and spontaneous. She's got some serious standards to live up to, given that her grandfather proposed to her grandmother on their first date. And the only contestant in her 30s this season of The Bachelor, we have 31-year-old Natasha from New York. She's an event planner who loves meditation and spirituality. She wants someone who is kind, smart, and laid back, but who also knows how to have a good time. She's been in 2 relationships, but none great enough to come close to marriage. Could Pete beat that? One of 5 siblings, 23-year-old Paintin is from Wellesley, Massachusetts. She's someone who has an active social life and loves making friends. She's had one serious boyfriend whom she tried to change herself for completely, but his controlling nature made her break up with him even though she was in love with him. So could Pete be the right man for her? Next up, we have 24-year-old Sarah, who's from Knoxville but wants to find a life out of Tennessee. She almost got engaged to her last boyfriend, but now she's looking for love elsewhere and hopes she'll find it with Pete. She enjoys being outdoors, paddleboarding, reading, listening to podcasts, and binge watching a good series on a rainy day. 27-year-old Savannah is from Houston but wants to explore the world outside Texas since she's never lived anywhere else. She loves being the center of attention and says that she has a bad habit of laughing at inappropriate moments. She's a realtor who used to be in an on and off relationship with someone for 6 whole years. Now, could Pete be a refreshing change for her? And then we have Shean, a 27-year-old from Los Angeles, and she's both an administrative assistant and a competitive horseback rider. She describes herself as a caring, loyal, and understanding partner who loves hard. Every guy she's dated either ended up ghosting her, having a wife and kids, or liking her friends over her. Could Peter end that streak? A relationship type of girl, 24-year-old Sydney is from Birmingham, Alabama. She had her heart broken after her boyfriend of 2 years decided to call it off just as they were about to move in together. She now wants to find someone who is the one for good. Tammy is a 24-year-old girl from Syracuse, New York. Her family immigrated to Syracuse during the Vietnam War, and she said she gets her go-getter drive from them. She's been working hard to support her family since she graduated high school. She also has a 7-1 record wrestling on the boys' varsity team in high school. Damn! Also, her mother doesn't know she's going to be on The Bachelor. Do you think she'll approve of Pete? 25-year-old Victoria F. is from Virginia Beach. She works part-time at a yoga studio, but her true passion is her career in medical sales. Victoria is looking for a guy that can make her laugh and melt her heart. And she won't leave her dog Buxton behind. Could she and Pete make the perfect pair? And finally, 27-year-old Victoria P. is from Alexandria, Louisiana. A nurse who has seen her mother and sister struggle with drug addiction, she also lost her father very early. Victoria says she is on The Bachelor because she has never given herself a fair shot at finding love. Could Pete be the perfect addition to her now happy family? So which of these lovely ladies are you rooting for? Let us know in the comment section below. Thank you for watching. If you like this video, be sure to check out all the other videos too, and don't forget to subscribe.